I have no notes, guys. None. I flaked it. Sorry. Now, fuck it. We'll do it live. All right. Anyway, hi. Welcome to the show. I'm Teabo Baggins, obviously. And how is everyone tonight? Excellent. Excellent. Now, I got some special stuff for tonight's show. I went to Liquor World in Clackamas today and picked up some of this Cazadores Tequila Anejo. I don't know what anejo means. And every time I think of Cazadores, I think of the big flying poisonous mutant insects from Fallout New Vegas. So I figured this should be good. And also got this guy here. This is Purple Punch. It's an indica. We'll be smoking that tonight. All right, so actually, I was gonna wait, but you know what? We're just gonna crack this open. We're gonna take a taste. Nice. It's got a fancy cork. Ooh, that's really good, you guys. Oh my goodness. It's got a bite to it, but it's not too bad. It's got a nice wood kind of flavor to it. And it's got a spicy mouth feel to it. It actually made my gums tingle a little bit. That's good. I can't believe I went all like wine snob about tequila, but that's how much I love this stuff. Anyway, so while I'm here, I just want to give a quick shout out to my good buddy Chokeology 101. He sent me today digital download copies for 4 of DC's animated movies, and let's see. I'm just going through my phone to check out which ones he sent. Oh no, it's 3. See, I got a Deathstroke movie, which Deathstroke is an awesome villain. He's one of the highlights of the 80s Teen Titans series. We got Batman: Death in the Family, which is an animated telling of the story where Jason Todd, the second Robin, dies at the hands of the Joker. Although because death in comics is a temporary illness at best, Jason Todd would come back as the Red Hood. That's a whole other story. And we also got Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Ooh. So yeah, thanks again, Chokeology 101. And I will definitely download those. I think I'm going to start with Deathstroke and then work my way. And I'm actually more of a Superman fan than a Batman fan, so I'll save Superman for last. Ooh. Oh, that was nice coming up. Sorry. I apologize. So did anyone hear about this big super game that's supposed to be happening in a couple weeks? Well, first of all, I think it's kind of cool. I think it is kind of cool that Tampa Bay is at another Super Bowl. You know what though? I think that it's their Super Bowl. The Bucks are in. It's in their home stadium. I think they should bring back the creamsicle jerseys just for that. Any football fan who's paying attention here knows that back in the day when Tampa Bay first came up, they had these like pastel orange white uniform schemes, and the joke was they looked like creamsicles. And call me crazy, but I kind of miss it. I don't know. I kind of miss a lot of those cheesy sports logos and color schemes from the 80s and 90s. Like I really missed like the mid 90s Angels uniforms where they had like the big A with the wings. After it was after Disney purchased them, and they were also promoting the film Angels in the Outfield. And then they made the Angels team in real life to resemble the team from the movie. They were horrible uniforms, absolutely hideous. But there's kind of a naive charm to it. Like it was a bunch of design students, like this is their first job, going, oh God, we gotta put pinstripes on it. Oh yeah, that's gonna look cool. And then we gotta have the Angels font on the chest, but we gotta make it just huge, and we gotta incorporate the graphics with the wings and like it's going really fast. And well, the Angels were mostly mediocre during that time, but still cool uniforms. The original Tampa Bay Rays, Devil Rays back then, those uniforms were also just perfect. And I just rambled on about color schemes in sports for 5 minutes. Off to a great start. This is a great start. I'm proud that we did this today. Like I said, I have absolutely no notes. So I am just spewing whatever is coming off the top of my head right now before I decide I really want to get into anything else that I promised that I would talk about. As usual, this is the time where I'm just waiting for people to randomly just pop in to see what's up. Gonna smell the joint. That's not bad. This is an infused joint, which basically they put oil inside the weed, so it's going to be a lot more. It's going to have a lot more kick. But since I've been doing this a while, it'll do me okay. Have another sip of tequila. It's weird because the initial taste when it hits the back of your mouth, it's kind of vanilla. Yeah, there's a lot of vanilla in there, it seems like. This is good shit. Yeah, go get this. Get this. And it's not terribly expensive either. Like I paid like 30 something for this, so it's not like Don Julio. Just gonna sit here and stroke my stubble. Sorry, sometimes it gets kind of awkward for me, which is really odd because when I was a kid, my parents used to tell me that I could never shut up. Nowadays, for me, it's easier to type. Still nothing. That's kind of why I need notes, I think. Um, Sometimes I feel like when you're doing this type of stuff, like you need to be a little more, you need to have a little more of a flow. So like even like at times when maybe there's a lull in whatever's going on, like you can kind of fill it with at least something. And I do kind of have a problem with that. Oh, apparently I have a new friend suggestion on Facebook. Oh boy. Anyone really still use Facebook anymore? I mean, I know I do, but I don't really like post on it often. And most of the time I'm on there, like I usually just cruise it for like 2 minutes, and then it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm about Twitter now too. I'm slowly packing more insulation around the bubble that I live in. It's kind of pathetic, really. Just gonna throw it out there. Oh, oh. I was talking about comic book movies earlier. So before I started streaming, I went to I had to go into town because I had to pick up some supplies and things to live. That's the problem with living out in where I'm at. You're pretty. It's kind of remote. It's not like terribly so. Like it doesn't take like 8 hours to get anywhere or anything like that. But at the same time, like it's still pretty. It's still relatively cut off. But I do love it out here. I love the quiet. I can literally go outside like even right now at 7:14 p.m. and not hear a thing. You can hear crickets and frogs, and you can hear the birds. You can hear the wind. It's really settling in a way. And I'm not gonna lie, like it's really nice to like leave the house and just be like, here's a idiot. A couple of weeks tires are all flat. Yeah, I haven't filled them up in a while. I used to really like riding bikes, but nowadays I just don't really seem to have it in me. But anyway, going back to comics. I was at the Clackamas today, picking up stuff, and I had some extra time. I was making good time, so I had some time. I had a little bit of time to kill before I had to think about going home. So I was just puttering around in a Barnes and Noble, and I found out that Dark Horse Comics just has published an omnibus of my all-time favorite manga. Yes, Blade of the Immortal. Oh God, these things are. This is awesome. I got Volume 4 and Volume 10, which is the series finale. And I have actually read the series up until the finale, so I'll probably read that first, so I can actually say I've read them all in chronological order. So how many of you out there are ready for baseball season to start? I am. That's why I love the Super Bowl season, honestly, because once that happens, like, it's just all baseball. Spring training, you get the regular season, postseason, like 6 months of baseball. Love it. Obviously, my favorite team is Baltimore. I've loved them since the first World Series I remember watching was the 1983 World Series with the Baltimore Orioles and the Philadelphia Phillies. So that's when my fandom really started. I also love the Seattle Mariners. And I don't know, they're going to be I think I've been saying this for years about the Mariners, but still have my hat. Yes, you do still have the hat. And I will fight you for it. I will fight you for it. But yeah, the Mariners are sorry. Mariners are, for years, like, they've always been good at some, they've always, even when they were really bad, like, they at least had good starting pitching and stuff like that. But I think like, within at least a couple of years, they're going to really put it together. Like, they've got a solid team all the way around. Like, maybe not great, but holding it hostage for Cuddles. Oh, yes, because I'm snuggly soft. Okay, I may not be cuddly, but I have a cute tummy, which I've got to work out. I got to work that out eventually. I got to start, like, working out again. Because yeah, my waistline isn't. It's not getting any better. The thing is, I'm not spreading. I'm just, like, I'm growing forward. So I'm getting the gut, but, like, my waist is still about the same. So I'm literally going to be one of those guys when I'm, like, in a few years, when I'm 50, like 3 years from now, and I'm gonna be that big fat redneck guy that looks like he's, like, 8 months pregnant, but everything else is, normal, or in my case, skinny. Smoked purple punch. Okay. I need something to wash all that down, and this is really good. Okay, maybe that didn't help so much. Okay. Gonna talk about video games. Come on. Who here doesn't like video games? Me, I've been gaming since the 70s. My cousin had an Atari 2600 when I was like 4 years old. And I remember I used to play Breakout all the time on it. That was one of my favorite games. And then, of course, didn't really think about it because I didn't have one. We didn't get the Atari for a while. It wasn't until the arcade boom really hit and Pac-Man came out and everything like that. That was when I got my first Atari 2600. And I have another one. I actually have it. It works. I have a working Atari. Actually, I'm kind of like developing my dream console arcade right now. I've got the Atari, I've got the Nintendo, I've got the Super Nintendo, I have the Genesis, I have a TurboGrafx 16, and I have and a PlayStation 2. I'm kind of considering getting a PlayStation 1, but at the same time, PlayStation 2 is backwards compatible, so I can still play all my PlayStation 1 games. The reason I'm talking about that is one of the games that I started out with, well, I wouldn't say didn't start out with it, but one of the games in the sixth generation, which is the PlayStation 1, the Sega Saturn, and so on, the Resident Evil was a bombshell in terms of video games. I mean, granted, Alone in the Dark came along first and kind of did that third-person survival horror game first. They were still a great game, but Resident Evil was the first one to really hit the mainstream. And I'm not gonna lie, that first one was kind of. I mean, it's a great game, but in some ways it was kind of sketch. The voice acting in the English game in particular is, well, yeah, just look it up on the internet. It's got a lot of it's very meme worthy. A lot of memes have been made over it. But it's evolved over the years, and it's still going strong. They're at their 8th outing right now. Resident Evil Village is what it's called. And now, actually, I thought Resident Evil 7, they went to a first-person mechanic, and I liked it. I'm not gonna say it was bad. I mean, it's good, but I don't know. 7 was a really good game, but I did miss the third-person perspective. I kind of think that's kind of a hallmark of the series. I mean, it kind of felt like, for me, like if you took somebody who's, a big Doom fan, they've played Doom since it first came out. Like they have been with the franchise forever. It's, they're an id Software ride or die. And suddenly the new Doom game comes out, and it's a third-person shooter with tank controls. I'd imagine you'd feel a little betrayed. But kudos to Capcom. They've made that work. Now, the reason I'm leading into the reason I got into this huge preamble is because they dropped a trailer for their new game, and I'm gonna check it out. Let's get to it here. Sorry, I still really suck at this.
Hey now, think positively, all right? We talked about this.
I know. It'd be hard to talk about anything else.
That delivery's kind of sketch.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped Fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?
No, the place is full of nothing but blood and death. Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Who the fuck are you? Let's see what you're really made of. Ethan Winters.
All right, so that was the first Resident Evil 8 trailer. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, giant vampire lady is hot. I want there to be an option where I can cuddle with her. I kind of wish she were my mommy. And the guy at the end kind of looks like Jeff Bridges from The Big Lebowski, only with a huge hammer. I don't know if they're the same person or not, but yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, on the one hand, I kind of want to see how this ties in with the rest of the games. I'm sure Umbrella's behind this somehow. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up the gameplay trailer. Yeah, they call that a story trailer. It's like they don't really. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really show off enough of what the story is. I mean, it gives you enough to it gives you enough to interest you. That's for sure. Like I definitely like. I'll probably get it, like just based off that. Like I kind of want to. I'm not gonna lie. I think the choice of their their featured villain choice in the trailer. I think it's really good. Like that woman like definitely like catches your eye. Like that's like a oh, and yeah, it makes you kind of want to know like what is the story here? Like what's going on in this castle? Who are it makes you it makes you want to invest in the story, and I think that it does that. The voice acting at the beginning, I'm not good. I not sure about that. Granted, if you've played Resident Evil from the beginning, then you know that the Resident Evil franchise isn't exactly known for its impeccable voice acting, but yeah, that was a little stilted, to say the least. But overall, based on that, just that little trailer alone, I'm interested. So let's see what the gameplay looks like. Pause it, put it on here. Boop.
Oh, now we're here to give you an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay. Just like in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, you'll be taking control of Ethan Winters. You'll make your way.
Sounds like a Mission Impossible agent.
Players will need to get in and search for their kidnapped daughter. As you've noticed by now, Resident Evil Village keeps the first-person perspective. We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created.
That is true. And then you don't necessarily have your PC's character on screen like you would during a third person.
You'll see a lot of those little details come to life here.
No, it looks beautiful. Is it?
The team put a ton of effort into
Now, granted,
really authentic feel.
when they show these, they do it on really high-end workstations that like cost thousands upon thousands of dollars. So your mileage may vary.
Now it's time to meet some of the castle's enemies. As you'd expect, a warm welcome's not really.
Hey, hot goth women. 90s me is very aroused right now.
Man blood.
Now, let's take a look at this. Wow. Well, Ethan, you escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Shifting gears a bit, we're finally.
You know that giant vampire woman has like eyeballs for nipples and stuff, right?
It's not just about shooting. Guarding will also be an important part of the game. Each type of enemy has their own distinct way of fighting, so you need to change up your strategy to defeat them. Everyone knows what to do with red barrels, right? Some of you will remember a similar management system in Resident Evil 4. This time around, we've added craft.
Oh, God.
Items such as first aid and ammo.
I'm so sick of crafting in games, you guys.
There's also an assortment of weapons to find and utilize throughout the game.
It is so overused.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winter.
Grandma?
How do you know my name? Anyone has heard of the likes of you.
The merchant makes a return. This time he's known as the Duke. You'll be going to him to buy and sell weapons, amongst other things. The director wanted to give him a unique look, and you'll often find him in different situations each time you encounter him. He's an interesting fellow. Smash away with your trusty knife. There's plenty of items to find in your pouch. Wait, do you hear that? And we've also got extra objectives outside of the main one. Of course, it goes without saying that there'll be plenty of
Yeah,
to solve.
a mini game where you have to shoot goats is a real value add there, guys. Me either.
Like your jugular and just walk.
Well, that's one way to end the video. Now that we've shown you what's in store for Resident Evil Village, let's take a look at the exclusive PlayStation 5 demo.
Yes, the PlayStation 5. For $1,200, you can have one too.
For this demo, players won't be playing as Ethan, but as a character we're referring to.
Still having a bitch of a time finding a PS, but I should have pre-ordered one.
Unlike the actual game, this experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking. We're hoping to have players get a real feel for the visuals and audio as they take the maiden on her journey to find a way out. And you can download the exclusive demo on PlayStation 5 today. We want as many people as possible to get a chance to play. So we'll have a separate new demo available on all platforms, ready for sometime this spring.
Oh, sometime this spring. That's encouraging. Okay. It looked like a lot of that stuff in the gameplay footage was still scripted, like QTE or something like that. But I think they really nail. They do nail the atmosphere. Like that, those castle interiors are just. And again, like I said, like when they show those demos, they run them on workstations, which are way more expensive and more powerful than most of what we have. So again, like I said, your mileage may vary when it comes to actual graphic detail and performance. Oh, you're gonna have to hop off to get the kids to eat. Okay, all right. Yeah, I might still be on in a little bit, but yeah, definitely feed your kids. Feed your kids. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, but I would have liked to have gotten. I mean, I don't really feel like I got like a full sense of the actual action of the game, like the parts where you have to shoot, like that they did show some puzzles, which is a cornerstone of the Resident Evil franchise, believe me. But I don't know. I was expecting something just a little more, I don't know, actiony, I guess. But on the other hand, there's nothing wrong with slower paced games and or games with slower paced combat. And frankly, and honestly, I think that could actually be a really good like hook in for the audience themselves, and then like so all the good like really like hot first person action set pieces that gamers really enjoy now, are going to be pleasantly surprised. I mean, hope it could be something like that. I don't know. I'm just literally talking out of my ass here. Forgive me. Either way, I think I'll pick this up. And also, Resident Evil 7 was seen as a pretty big departure for the franchise, and I played that one, and that one was excellent. So yeah, let's fingers crossed on this one. I'm hoping for the best. So true story. After the last episode that I put out of this, I went through and listened to so much Wesley Willis. Oh my God, I've listened to like almost 10 albums of his work in the last couple of days. And somewhere in the middle of my strange Wesley Willis rabbit hole, I kind of started to wonder, like, what is it about bad things in pop culture that we love? Why do we like bad things? And when I say why do we like bad things, it's not like you like this critically panned movie that nobody really seemed to like, but or even like those people who like bland the bland by the numbers Hollywood film that they put out. But like, why do we gravitate towards the incredibly bad? And I was thinking about it, and I'm kind of thinking that there's a few reasons for it. I think the first thing is that we applaud we admire the effort. Like, there's a part of us that inside just kind of goes, yeah, you know what, this music is absolute, or this film, or this acting, it's atrociously bad, and this person has no business doing this. But at the same time, he's out there doing it and just going balls to the wall with it, and you got to admire it. As much as I do crack jokes about Wesley Willis, the fact of the matter is, I admire the dude's hustle. Like, he was always hustling with his rock music, and that also led me to kind of think, well, there's also those people who we watch it because we love a good train wreck. You got to admit, rubbernecking is one of humanity's favorite pastimes outside of soccer. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, it's like we just like, sometimes we like to kick people when they're down. We like to see people fall from the highest peaks of their hubris, and then we like to just point and laugh when they are splattered in the pavement. Which I get. It's Schadenfreude. Yeah, I know a big word. I can say the big words. And then there's another reason too. And I actually figured this out with talking to a friend of mine who genuinely loves the film Battlefield Earth and thinks it's actually a decent movie. It's not. It's really not. It is awesome though. But yeah, some people genuinely like it. Like and also sometimes it's a little bit of all of the above. It kind of is for me, especially as I mentioned before with Wesley Willis. As much as his music is hilarious and I love to laugh at it and everything, at the same time, he if you actually listen to his stuff, he actually does some spoken word stuff where he's literally just talking about stuff that's happening in his life. And oh my God, you guys, just look into his life sometime. It almost explains. It's almost like one of those things oh, that explains everything. But yeah, he was raw. He was really good at, once you got past his novelty, really, speak to some really dark and broken shit inside you. I just said something really nice about Wesley Willis. On the other hand, it's really fucking funny to laugh at Rock and Roll McDonald's, isn't it? But I kind of think that I kind of believe that I think the hubris angle also plays a lot into why certain bad things are loved. The aforementioned Battlefield Earth. I was originally planning on talking about The Room, but everybody's done it. So I'm going to go to one of my all-time favorite bad films, which is Battlefield Earth. Because the thing that just makes that movie just so perfect, so just the chef's kiss. John Travolta and all of his people thought that this movie was going to be the next Star Wars. They were already planning sequels to Battlefield Earth. And then the movie came out, and a whole generation of moviegoers suffered from bad necks from having to watch the entire film like this. Because the entire film is panned out like this. And not to mention that, oh my God, the script on that thing. Yes, this superior in every way alien race has taken over the planet, and all we have to stop them is plucky courage and Harrier jets. L. Ron Hubbard's finest work, you guys. But yeah, I think I kind of nailed it. Like I was kind of hoping to have like at least a couple of people on to maybe bounce ideas off of, but I think I'm going to make this a really short stream. I think I'm going to cut it off at around the hour. And I'm going to celebrate my success with a puff. Yep, I'm a burgeoning internet celebrity, folks. Yeah, it's cool though. I kind of like just talking because I live by myself with a dog in the middle of fucking nowhere. Oh my god, that is so good. Anyway, if anybody's on, just feel free to pop in a comment there. I'll be happy to talk to you for about 8 minutes. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and rub one out to the giant vampire lady in Resident Evil. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Promise I will actually write some shit next time. Come up with a format. Still, I thought it was okay. I mean, it's not really enough for me to learn how to, actually like say the things that I want to say. It's just it's that whole small talk bit. It gets you very self-conscious really quick. I have to really learn to nail my points down. So I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to like really just work on scripting, doing more scripting on this show, and then on the Friday Night Free for All, which is kind of something I just want to do where I just have my friends and I just show up and talk about shit, just so it's not just me all the time. Yeah, I think that one will be like a little less scripted, while this one is going to be a lot more wrote down and figured out. But anyway, guys, we're coming on to about 3 minutes to the hour, so yeah, I'm going to be ending this thing at 8. To those of you who are actually out there watching this after the fact, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. And this was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. It's a great game. You should download it. Join my clan. Do all of the things. I want it in cash. That was funnier in my head. Next time I'll find more to talk about. Anyway, it's about time for me to hop off. Like I said, thanks for watching. Thanks for noticing me. I'm gonna keep getting better. I hope. I'm trying to learn. I'm working. All right. Take care.